Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you for holding this hearing. I'm proud to represent Virginia, especially Northern Virginia is home to some of the most innovative companies that do really important work with the Department of Defense to support our national security, protect our country, keep our women safe who are in uniform. And our district in particular builds the chips that power many of the military vehicles and the circuit boards they sit on, the military components crucial to allowing soldiers to communicate and fight and defend our nation. And we build state-of-the-art technologies, products that prepare us for the future threats and the future of warfare. We're getting prepared for it because of the work being done by our contractors in Virginia, and especially proud of all the small businesses as well that work with the DOD to try to bring innovation, because a lot of times innovation comes from small businesses who are trying to do things differently than the bigger businesses and the major players. But we need both. We need everything. And these technologies are so important to our national security, and they actually have a lot of applications in the civilian world as well. A lot of industries have developed because of investments that DOD made. The internet's a good place for a good example of that, for instance. And so I've spoken with many of these companies and actually visited them. And one of the things that I keep hearing is about wanting to see if we can sort of fix the procurement process and make it better. It's anywhere than close to perfect right now. And there's a lot of things that a lot of these companies have to face when it comes to DOD procurement, whether it's workforce challenges, budget uncertainty, and long and inflexible acquisition processes. These are especially true for the smaller businesses that don't have the budget to be able to anticipate what's going to happen in the future. They're going month to month and don't have the revenue already in place in many cases. And so we want them to continue to work with the DOD and all of our agencies and be able to innovate. And we have Ms. Oakley here today, and the GAO report that's released today talks about some of this and about how it can take over a decade to deliver essential capabilities to the field. And so, anytime I speak with folks in industry, they're also concerned about the uncertainty that Congress creates as well. These continuing resolutions, for instance, are hurting innovation. And the private sector and our contractors have to make investment decisions based on what's going to yield the best results, and this uncertainty makes it difficult. And many hang on to cash reserves to cover for a shutdown or a CR so they don't have to lay anyone off. But in many other cases, they have to lay off a lot of really good people, and then it's hard to get them back. And so we want to make one of the things I want to talk about today is how we can make things more certain for our contractors so that they can be responsive to the DOD and be able to deliver products on time, efficiently, and under budget. And finally, I want to talk about the workforce of the DOD. One of the things that will help with procurement is having experienced, knowledgeable procurement officers. And I'm concerned about some of the cuts that have been made at DOD, and cuts made especially to technologists and technology experts, or those who are actually leaving, being forced out. And so, if we really want to have cutting-edge technologies at the DOD, we need to have good technologists and good procurement officers who know which technologies we should be acquiring. And I'll give you one example. The Office of the Director of Operational Tests and Evaluation, or DOT&E. This office was created by Congress in 1983 to be an independent advisor to the DOD on weapons testing, and many contractors in my district work with them on this. And it provides critical checks on the acquisition process and makes our weapons systems effective, reliable, and safe. But last month, the administration significantly cut the staff there, including halting all of its work with contractors. And this has led to a ripple effect of cuts to other organizations that support this work. And we now risk moving inadequately tested technologies to the field, which will only add further delays and cost increases. And so I want to thank the chairman and to all our witnesses for being here today. And I was glad to see that our colleagues on the Armed Services Committee as well want to make this a bipartisan priority in the NDAA this year. And so I hope we can learn from this hearing today and take some of these findings to the Armed Services Committee and to others in Congress and find some real solutions. So thank you again, and I yield back.